Hey Pisces, happy birthday if your birthday is in February. Today we're going to go over your February 2018 forecast. Before we get into that, I want to say that I will be doing a Valentine's Day special reading on self-love. So if you're interested in listening to that, go ahead and hit subscribe so you don't miss it. And yeah, so we're going to go into your February 2018 forecast. What we're going to cover is basically how February 2018 is going to go for you guys, what kind of led up to that point, things that you need to let go of, obstacles that may be in your way that you can overcome, what strengths you can use to help you overcome those obstacles, practical action steps you can take to make this the most successful month possible for you, and overall guidance that you need to hear in order to, again, make this the optimal month for you guys. So for the month of February 2018, I see two different things happening. I see for some people, they are just going to be feeling really pushed down. It's kind of like they're in this fog or in this haze and they can't really get out of it and they're stuck with it and it's kind of pushing them down a little bit. And yeah, it's not really a very good feeling. And then for like the other, I guess, half of people, I get that like things are going okay with them. They're not particularly unhappy, but they're also really not happy. It just kind of seems like they're going along with life and it's really just a status quo and they're really not able to break past some kind of barrier. It's like they're just where they are and they're kind of stuck there and they're not unhappy about it, but they're not happy about it either. So I'm actually being led to follow the track of the second group of folks, the folks who are kind of in a status quo type of situation, but I did try to look into the first group of folks, the ones where I'm getting that like you're kind of in a fog or in a haze. For you guys, like I think you guys are dealing with some of your own demons. That's just all that I'm getting for you guys on that because I am kind of being led to follow the other track. So with the guys who are in the status quo situation, the reason why you're there is I think you guys have let a lot of opportunities pass you by. Yeah, I guess there's some opportunities out there that you decided not to take for whatever reason. And I don't know that you necessarily regret it, but it's what's caused you to stay in this status quo stagnant type of position. So for the first track, I guess I personally am a little hung up on it. I am kind of being led to talk about the second group. I do want to say that for the first track, I think it's a little bit outside of my scope. I think it's one of those things that it's probably better to consult somebody who can help you work through, I guess, like more deep-rooted emotional or kind of mental problems that you guys are having. So I guess I would recommend that for you guys. For the second group of people, the way that I see February going for you guys is like, I don't really see it being, I feel like you guys are going to kind of be in this like feeling place that you're in right now for most of February. I think you'll, yeah, kind of the stagnation place, kind of this not necessarily happy, just kind of where you are kind of place. The thing that I get for you guys is just going forward, I guess, like whenever opportunities come to you, just don't let fears come into play and hold you back because, yeah, sometimes opportunities can be scary. You don't know where they're going to lead. You don't know what you're going to have to give up, but they're good to maybe pursue or at least look into and like pursue up till a point until you're more certain about where things are going to go because otherwise you'll always just be where you are and you're not happy where you are. Like where you are is not a bad place. You can live out your life exactly where you are and be fine. Like I feel like the place that you're in, there are a lot of people who'd be very happy to be living the life that you're living. But it's not the life that you want to live. Like you have different aspirations. You want to be somewhere else. You have different goals. You want to make more, like you want to build your life in a different way. And passing up on opportunities, like you shouldn't take every opportunity, of course, but just make sure that whenever opportunities do come by, that you're not letting fears hold you back from looking into them or from potentially pursuing them. And that's along the lines of what I get for you guys to let go of in February. So basically, you guys need to let go of the fear of taking a risk because a lot of opportunities that come your way aren't huge risks. A lot of them are actually little risks. Like it really wouldn't affect your life too much if it didn't go well. The rest of your life would remain stable. But for some reason, you guys have been hesitating on taking those risks. Like there's some kind of fear there. And basically that's what you need to let go of, is that fear of taking risks. Because you don't really need to, I mean, if there's like an opportunity that will require you to like give up your house and give up basically your entire life, that isn't an opportunity that you really need to be pursuing. If that was an opportunity that came your way and you didn't pursue it, like I mean, I don't know the situation, but that was probably a good choice. But the little risks that are opportunities, those are the ones that you should be taking. And I think one thing you guys can do to help you let go of this fear of taking risks is to, throughout February, like I don't see a lot changing for you guys. Like I said, I think you guys are going to be kind of in the same emotional and mental place throughout the month. But you guys can still work on things. You guys can still like let go of this fear and have that be there so that the next time an opportunity comes your way, you are prepared to deal with it in the best way, depending on whatever that situation is. Like I said, I'm not telling you to take every opportunity that comes your way. Like, you do need to evaluate it, but there is this fear that you guys have of taking risks, and that's what's left you stagnant. So the thing that I think you guys can do during this month and going forward is practice taking risks on things in your life right now. There are probably tons of little tiny risks that you guys can take that could help you get used to that, so that when an opportunity comes your way, you won't fear taking it. You will be open to it, and then we'll evaluate it. You won't just automatically be like, oh, I can't do that. Maybe like, oh, this is interesting. Let me look at it and evaluate, and then I will make my decision. I won't just pass it up because I'm scared. And I guess like, if I had to give you guys an example of like a little risk you could take, I don't know if this is necessarily a good example, but some people have like fears of spending money. They may have a lot of money, but they won't even want to spend like $10 on something that they don't need. So to them, that is a risk. That is a fear. It's like, well, what, I don't know, they just want to hold on to their money. They'd rather save it for something that they really need, or like their future, that kind of thing. So that would be an example of a risk that you guys could potentially take, where it's small. If you have the money, I mean, if you don't have the money, don't do this. Like, maybe scale it down to, you would spend $1 on something, but $10 is just an example. But basically, go somewhere and buy something that you like, that you normally would not spend your money on, and spend it. Take that little risk of giving your money for something that you like, even though you never would have bought it for yourself. In terms of the obstacles that I get for you guys to be aware of for February of 2018, I actually don't really get any obstacles for you. What I get instead is that if you do this exercise of taking little risks and just practicing being comfortable with risks, like small risks, like I said, doesn't have to be big, you could actually end up turning your month to where the end of the month you will feel a lot better. And I think that if you practice this, like taking little risks, you could significantly impact your life and how you feel about life in the coming months. Like, I think you could really turn things around, maybe even as soon as March. Don't hold me to that, but I feel like this is something that you could do. It would be a really good practice that would significantly impact how you feel, how you approach things, and that could also significantly impact your life going forward in the near future. In terms of the strength that I get that you guys can use to leverage in this month, I get that you guys have this strength where you guys can be really innocent about things in a way that allows you to let things go. And when I say let things go, I mean like, you don't hold on to things. Like, when something affects you or disappoints you, everybody gets upset, but you guys have this ability to, once you've processed it, to really let it go and not have it stay stuck within you or to you, or really forever affect you. You guys just can let it go. You guys kind of have this innocence, and I think that it would be really helpful for you guys to apply that to your situation right now, where you are feeling stagnant because you've let opportunities pass you by. Just kind of let that go. I don't really get that you have a lot of like, regrets about opportunities that you missed out on, which is good. That's great. Don't regret what's already happened, because there really is nothing that you need to regret. I don't see that any opportunities that have passed you by I don't see that as being detrimental at all to your life right now or in the future. I think that whatever opportunities you let pass you by, like, they just weren't significant enough for you to feel any regret about. So yeah, it's great that you guys aren't regretting it. If you are regretting it, like, don't regret it. It's not worth it. But yeah, just really let it go. Let go, like, any opportunities that maybe are on your mind that you've missed. Let go of where you are right now if you're feeling stagnant. Just let go of that emotion. Just, yeah, I think that that would be really helpful for you guys. And then also apply the little risk-taking exercise as well. In terms of the practical action steps that I get that you guys can take in February of 2018, one we've already covered is let go of just your situation right now. The other one is take little risks to get you practiced and get you comfortable with little risks so that when opportunities come by, you can approach them from a more stable, balanced perspective and then make your decision going from there. And then the other one that I get, I think a lot of you have been, I don't know if this is really the right word, but coasting, I guess you could say. It's like you haven't really thought about what you want. You haven't really thought about what you want to achieve or you want to go. You know you want to be somewhere else, but like I feel like you haven't really thought about it, or you haven't really made it concrete or like written it down or started a plan. And so I think that would be another really good like practical action step that you guys can take this month, is really sit down and think. And you don't have to have the answers. Like, you don't have to know what it is that you want to do or where it is that you want to go or what it is that you want to achieve. But I think you guys really need to sit down and think about it. You don't have to come up with the answers, but I think you need to sit down and like put in the effort and the energy and think about like where you want to go, what you want to achieve, and just jot down ideas, brainstorm, think about plans you could do that would actually get you there. And I think once you guys have that in mind, like once you guys start thinking about this, I think it'll start to become clear what it is that you want to achieve and where you want to go, and you know, just how you want your life to be and what business you want to work on, what direction you want to take things on. I think as you start thinking about this, you will gain clarity on that yourself, because you will start putting a framework together just on paper, and then your mind will fill in the rest. Like as you go, you will start getting thoughts on it because you've already put in the energy to build a basic plan. And so naturally your mind will just start to fill in the blanks for you. So I think if you just spend the time to do this and have fun with it, just be creative with it, just don't expect there to be answers right now. I think your mind will fill in the rest for you, and I think that will really help you. And then as opportunities come your way, as you go out into the world, you will find things that match it. You'll have a better idea of what you're looking for. So when an opportunity does come your way, it will help you evaluate whether or not it is something that you should do, whether or not it's on the path of something that you want to achieve. Because if you don't have a framework in mind of where you want to go or what you want to do, opportunities will come to you. And if you remove the risk factor, you may take an opportunity that, you know, is nice and is low risk, you know, but it may not be in the direction that really gets you where you want to go. It may be a nice opportunity and then it just dead ends because you didn't have the mental framework in place. You didn't have these thoughts in the back of your mind of like where you want to go, even in your subconscious really, because you haven't really thought about it in a while. And so you'll just end up taking opportunities that don't really move you. They still keep you stagnant. So I think it would be really good if you guys could start sitting down, really thinking about what you want, having fun with it, brainstorming, trying to put some kind of plan in place, and then letting your mind fill in all the rest. And then as opportunities come your way, you will just like more naturally be able to pick up on the ones that are going to be a really good use of your time, that will not just be good opportunities in the short run, but will be good opportunities in the long run, will help you build relationships, will help you build up some expertise. I really feel like the opportunities that will come your way are more about relationships. Like not necessarily working on projects, but like working on projects with people that can take you to the next level. So that would be the 3 practical action steps that I think you should take. The first one is let go of just where you are right now, which is just your natural strength. The second one is do the little risks exercise to get you comfortable with that, help you remove your fear. And the third one would be to start thinking about what you want, where you want to go, what direction you want your life to be headed in, and start trying to build some kind of concrete plans and just kind of having fun with it and knowing that maybe you don't have all the answers right now, and that's okay. In terms of the overall guidance that I get for you guys for February 2018, it's interesting because like as I look into the overall guidance that you guys need to hear, I actually get a really good feeling, which semi-contradicts what I got in the beginning of the readings. So in the beginning I was kind of like, you guys are in a stagnant place, and I kind of see this month just being like that. But as I look into the overall guidance, yes, that's true, but I get this really good feeling about this month for you guys. I get that if you really follow these 3 action steps that you guys can take, I think that so much of your life could really change. And, you know, sometimes people have these like really successful people, they say they have like this moment in their life when they can attribute like where their success started, like what really turned their life around for them. And I think when you guys look back, you're not going to look back on this month. I think you're going to look back at some point like in the near future, like after this month. But I really think that your success is actually going to be attributed to this month. Like what you do this month is what's going to lead to that pivotal moment that you guys will look back on and think of as what really turned things around for you. But that moment that you will think turned things around for you, that moment actually will start this month if you implement those 3 steps. So I really think this is actually like a game changer month for you guys. I really hope you guys implement these steps. I think that they will really help you emotionally, which I think will like emotional changes will really manifest into like physical changes for you guys as well, like in your physical reality. So I really hope you guys implement this, and I hope this guidance was helpful. So please go implement it, because I think, I don't know, I'm just having a really good feeling for you guys if you guys go ahead and do that. Yeah, so I hope this guidance was helpful. If you haven't already hit subscribe, go ahead and hit subscribe. And if you like this video, go ahead and hit like. And if you have any comments or questions, go ahead and leave them below the description box. And until my next video.